All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video. And the Indiana Hoosiers have defeated the Michigan State Spartans in two overtimes, 39-31. I thought the game was over at halftime. Michigan State had a 24-7 lead, and then Indiana just came out of halftime and got some turnovers, made some key stops when they had to. Michigan State's defense also had some key stops when they had to. Then it started snowing, and it seemed like uh, Michigan State kind of like wasn't used to the snow, and Indiana was like pounding in the snow. So it was kind of confusing because Michigan State and Indiana both play in cold weather. So, but Peyton Thorne was 27 of 43 for 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Jalen Berger, 21 carries, 119 yards. Collins had 19 carries for 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jarek Broussard, 3 carries, 8 yards. Peyton Thorne, 4 carries, 5 yards. And Jaden Reed, 1 carry, 3 yards. Keon Coleman had 8 receptions for 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Jaden Reed, 4 receptions, 52 yards. Collins, 4 receptions, 43 yards. Mosley, 3 receptions, 37 yards. Barker, 3 receptions, 30 yards. Malik Carr, 4 receptions, 27 yards. And Jalen Berger, 1 reception, 2 yards. Williams, 2 for Indiana, was 2 of 7 for 31 yards. And Shivers was 13 carries, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Williams was 16 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Henderson, 11 carries, 36 yards, and a touchdown. So 4 rushing touchdowns for Indiana. Lucas was 3 carries, 24 yards. Barner had 1 reception for 24 yards. Henderson, 1 reception, 7 yards. So Michigan State kind of took their foot off the gas in the second half. I think that's what happened. And let Indiana back in the game. Let Indiana pound them on the ground in the second half. Although Michigan State did have 2 rushing touchdowns, that they fall out of bowl eligibility now. They needed this win to be bowl eligible. They fall to 5-6 and are no longer eligible. And the Indiana Hoosiers improved to 4-7 on the season. 39-31 in 2 overtimes in the cold, snowy Spartan Stadium in East Lansing, Michigan. Next week is their last game of the season at Penn State Nittany Lions. I don't see Michigan State winning that game. We gotta look for next year. Mel Tucker has to get them ready next year. I mean, they had a great season last year. They won the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl against Pittsburgh, and this year they're not even going to go to a bowl game. So it's I don't know what's wrong with Michigan State. They had a bunch of suspensions, a bunch of key injuries, and I think that cost them this year. They had another 2 overtime game this year where they won. They beat Illinois. But it was a great game by Indiana in that second half. They just came out and punched Michigan State in the mouth and took over that football game. And now Penn State will probably blow us out next week. Penn State is a good football team. Ohio State blew us out this year, and I expect probably Penn State's going to do the same. uh, as they're looking pretty good this year. We did beat Penn State last year, but this year, I mean, our defense is good, but the offense sputters at times and at key times when they shouldn't. But I do think Peyton Thorne returns next year. He's got 2 more years of eligibility, and I think he will be back for the Michigan State Spartans next season. And they got some recruits coming in next year, so they got to be better in 2023, and I think they will be. I think they're going to beef up this defense. I think they're going to beef up that offensive line, and I think they're going to get some key wide receivers and running backs. So it should be a better season next year. But congratulations to Indiana and their fans, man. What a game. That was a heck of a game. It was cold, it was snowing, it looked miserable, and they took over that game. So congratulations to the Hoosiers. But guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a video. This is Sports Dom. Peace. Go Spartans. And stay tuned for my Cleveland Browns at Buffalo Bills preview live from Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. Go Spartans. And tough loss. They took their foot off the gas at halftime. They had a 24-7 lead. Win this game and you're bowl eligible, but I don't know. I guess it's always next year. Go Spartans.